In this video, we're going to run through how we actually enter a transaction for a patient. And so as far as we're concerned, when we talk about transaction, that is effectively the payment for the service that you're rendering or any stock that the person may be buying, etc. So what you're going to do is click on the appointment and then click this transaction button here. And this will bring up the, the transaction light box. It will default to the appointment type that the person is booked in for. Now, if you want to get rid of that and enter something else, then just click this little red checkbox here. Otherwise, if you wanted to add another service, you can always just pick that from the list up here. Similarly with group appointment types, if it turns out that they're coming in for a group appointment as well and you want to bill it all in the one go, then you can certainly do that as well. You can also add stock items, so if you wanted to add a stock item to the person's transaction, you can do that also. Now, if you're in Australia and you're integrated with Tyro online, you can use that. I won't run into that in this video, but I'll do a subsequent video on that. Now, one thing to just note, if you are entering this appointment at a different date from when it actually should be registered, say I needed to backdate a consultation or something like that, then you will need to just change the appointment date. But otherwise it should default to the date at that given time. Now, most of the time you're going to record a payment. Now, if the person isn't making a payment, then you just need to go ahead and click save. But if they are entering a payment, then you do need to do that as well. Now, if you are going to just be processing a transaction for them, you can select the different payment types here from the system. So if they're doing, say, a partial health insurance claim, you could basically go through and say enter $25 there, and then the balance on FPOS or something like that. That's always something that you could look at doing. You can also do part payments using account credit. So you can see here that we've got some account credit at the 0% tax rate, and so we've got a 0% tax rate item here. So this is now using up the $65 here because I've clicked in that. If I had some 10% tax rate credit, then I would be able to use that, but as I don't, so basically I'm going to have to put through some cash for that. And so now I just click save, and what will happen, you can see that the appointment has now been struck out like that, and that tells me that the appointment has been marked as paid. Now, if I wanted to enter say paying some account, then I'm going to click the pay account, and what I will do is I will select an invoice that I want to pay. I will select a payment type, and then I can just click save, and then that just basically pays off sort of an outstanding account. If I wanted to add some credit to the patient, I just click this credit option here, and then I select the tax code. Like we said, we need to account for tax at the time of entering these credits, so do make sure you use this. Most of the time, if you're in Australia anyway, there's no sales tax on treatment, and so if you're entering credit for treatment, you'll choose a 0 tax code. If you're in another jurisdiction overseas, you will need to choose according to what your local laws are, and then you can just choose whatever payment type it is. So if it was, say, Visa card and they were going to do a $100 credit, I'd put in Visa and 100 and then click save, and that will now add credit to the patient's account, which I can then go in and use when I'm entering transactions. So hopefully that makes sense.